relatives around him who are just there.
Okay.
And, nothing anybody can do. That is why you find out of the 22 ministers who were appointed in the first government, 13 have been shown the door, yet nothing has changed. Because they are not the problem. The problem is one, the common denominator. Because how do you explain? Deputy President removed, replaced, nothing has changed. Attorney General removed, nothing has changed. Minister for Internal Security changed, nothing has changed. Minister for Finance changed, nothing has changed. Minister for Health changed 3 times, the health system are still not working. How do you explain what is Kenya's problem? Because if the Susan Nakumisha was a problem in the Ministry of Health, when she was changed and Deborah brought, they would have been changed. Deborah has been changed and Aden Duale has been brought, nothing has changed. Yeah? Professor Ndongo was removed as Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury. John Buddy has been brought, nothing has changed. Yeah? Professor Kindiki left Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen has come, crime is even worse. All these people who have been changed, it's a game of musical chairs. But the problem is not these ministers. The problem is the president, because he does everything in this country. Those ministers have said many times, and they are very act, because they know it's the truth, but they don't want it to be said. They are mere flower girls. The president has more advisors than ministers. But the problem is the president advises the advisors on how to advise him. So it's what you call a zero-sum game. Nothing can change. And I want to tell you, my friend, my good brother.
Yeah.
I want to tell you today, and I want you to call me for another interview.
Okay.
Nothing will change in this country. It will get worse.
You said is the intelligence is being given,
no.
So it is not.
He is also not good because I was there telling him the truth.
Also, you are giving him.
I told him the truth, and because he doesn't want the truth, he got rid of me. He doesn't want the truth.
So got rid of you because you're going to.
I told him the truth. I told him finance bill, it cannot work. I said, stop abduction, Mr. President. Stop killing young people.
So issue was not like you're planning to kill him. See, the story is you're planning to kill him.
There are lies that he would give. How do you kill a president? That man is heavily guarded. And if I had planned to kill him, I would have been arrested and taken to prison. Sure. Even lying requires a bit of intelligence. Mwai Kibaki, sometimes in 1988, when there was Mololongo here in the area, he was rigged. And he said even the rigging requires a bit of intelligence. Yeah. Please, William Ruto, Kipchumba Murkomen, even lying requires some little bit of intelligence. Don't just lie to Kenyans when they can see you are lying to them. How do you lie when you are with a visiting president? On TV, you lie to the people of Kenya, looking at them without blinking, that all the people who have been abducted have been related with their families when you know it's a lie. Do
you think he knows that he's lying sometimes?
No, he knows.
I
think what has happened, by the way, William Ruto has lied so much that he believes in his own lies. Sometimes I even wonder whether his real name is William Ruto. Sometimes I have no doubt. Is he really William Ruto? Because, these lies are just too much. When you go and say you talk to Cheluget, a guy who died in 2017, you Cheluget, Musijali, hata nimeketi naye juzi, tumekubaliana, hii maneno ya mashamba tumeketi na ni sawa na hiyo maneno yote nimenyorosha. And the man died in 2017. I can't believe it.
If this government is so bad, why were you working so hard not to get impeached from the government that you are speaking harshly against?
Well, because I had not been employed by the government or by William Ruto or by members of parliament.
But you knew that you were only allowed to do a few things.
I was employed by the people of Kenya through a vote. Only them who could fire me. I needed to stay inside so that I can try to correct things from inside.
But you still couldn't because you were...
No, I stopped. In my own small way, I stopped many things. Yeah, there are many things I would say no. And that is why he could not stand me. He got irritated because I was asking questions. In cabinet, I'm the only man who could say, no, this is wrong. This is not acceptable.
The others were not talking?
Nobody can talk. Even today, everybody is yes, sir. And that's what he wanted. William Ruto is everything.
At what point did you know Mambo imechemuka when you are still with him in the government?
We struggled almost a year. It was very rough for that 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole of 2023 from October.
You saw it coming, bubbling pole.
Yeah. I couldn't stand what was going on, and I kept on telling him. And he was getting very irritated, you know, very irritated. MLS has a lot of money, but it is not used for security operations. That money is the money William Ruto is using to bribe leaders. It is the money that he used to get people to impeach me. It's the money he's using to give churches 20 million. It is the money he's using for these empowerment programs. MPs are all over giving 10 million every day. You would ask yourself, where is that money coming from? These are MPs who cannot afford that money. What has happened is that, like the other day during the supplementary 10 billion shillings was allocated to NIS, ostensibly to deal with insecurity within the region. Nothing like that. All that money, because it's not accounted, there is no way you account that money, is given to NIS, withdrawn in cash and given to William Ruto for politics. The last time he was here in the mountain, he used over 1 billion shillings. NIS has money, but that money has been directed to William Ruto.
Can you verify this money?
But where is the money coming from? Because I ask you, this money is given in Harambes. It's not in any budget.
Or maybe he saved it.
How? His salary is known.
No, salary, farming, business, other businesses.
No. What farming is that? We are all in farming. What kind of farming that would generate 100 million every week? You know? If you look at the amount of money that is being spent to bribe leaders, to bribe voters, this is the money from the National Treasury, siphoned through the National Intelligence Service, and given to William Ruto for politics. And there is nothing else going on in the country, by the way. Exchequer issues are a problem. We don't collect enough money every week. So whatever money that is available is given priority to the National Intelligence Service. That money is given to William Ruto for politics. And I can tell you that is why you find pending bills are not being paid. Today, as we speak, teachers are suffering in schools. They have money for capitation has not been released. You know, teachers, the head teachers cannot pay for supplies. They are almost being auctioned. Help, university students are at home. Health is not working. Yet, William Ruto is busy with his principal assistant and his MPs in Harambes every day, 20 million, 30 million. This is the money that is the taxpayers' money that is being channeled through the National Intelligence Service to the president, and this is the money that is being used to do politics. The president is busy making deals and making money. He has no time to verify intelligence and to find out what is happening in the country. So he is a consumer of what Hadi gives him, and he likes it that way because it's easier. He gets a report, he reads and says it's okay. But you can see, you know, how embarrassing it is. When abductions started, and we told him the abductions, he asked Hadi, he said there are no abductions. The president went on TV and said there are no abductions. When everybody knew abductions are taking place, and there were videos showing people being abducted, he was told by Nuruddin there are no abductions. He said, fine. He went on another day, he said, we will stop the abductions. So people asked, if you will stop them, who will you stop? It means you know they were going on. The other day, there was a president of a certain country that came, I think last week. And in one of the questions he was asked about the abductions, he said, no, everybody who was abducted has been reunited with the family, yet many people have disappeared. This president is clueless. He's so embarrassing to the country because he is here. He's the president of the country. He's supposed to be so authoritative, yet he is lying to the people of Kenya in broad daylight. And he said that all these people have been reunited with their families, yet there are so many people who are missing. There are so many others who are dead. So these ones who are dead, and I was asking, probably the dead ones, he has revived them and he reunited them with the families. And probably he has that capacity because the other day In Narok, he said he has talked to somebody who died in 2017. So probably, in the same way he talked to the guy who died in 2017, probably he has had a conversation with the Gen Zs who are killed, he has revived them and he rated them. You know, we are very embarrassed as a country. William Ruto is very persuasive. He sold us a narrative that today when we interrogate what we were doing and saying, we wonder whether we were mad, you know. You know, sometimes you look back to the things that you did and said, okay, and you really wonder whether you are in your right senses. But you know, some of us are very trusting. You know, we really believed this man and his narrative, and he sold it to us, you know, hook, bait, and sinker. And we bought it. And today, this country is in shit. You know, we are in a hole. Yeah, the country is almost collapsing, you know. We are in trouble with the international community. You have heard what the Americans are saying. We are in trouble with Sudan, the DRC. You know, the economy has collapsed. There's no money in people's pocket. The health system has collapsed. The education system has collapsed. I, regarding Gachagua, bears a lot of blame for the situation we are in. And I'm very sorry to the people of Kenya. And I once more want to take this opportunity to apologize to the people of Kenya for the role I played in birthing the current leadership that has caused misery and desperation to the people of Kenya by reading the payslip and by making life unbearable. I bear great responsibility for the crisis we are in as a country.
That you've created.
And I have asked the people of Kenya to allow me to correct that situation.
Okay.
And I will.
Okay.
Together with other like-minded Kenyans and the people of Kenya, we must correct that situation. When they refused to bring it to the cabinet subcommittee that I chaired,
okay,
and he said, usipeleke kwa hiyo mtu ya maneno mingi. It was taken direct to the cabinet without coming through the cabinet committee that I chaired.
Okay.
And he gave a direct approval without discussion, so we just regularized it in cabinet. And nobody could speak.
Was it a legit deal, though?
No, of course not. It was pure theft of public funds.
So they were actually selling the airport?
Yeah, they were selling the airport, just like the way they have sold Bombers of Kenya. Bombers of Kenya, somebody has been given, a fellow from Turkey has been given a lease for 99 years. You know, and they are also using government money from the tourism fund to give to the guy to improve the facility. Lease it to somebody, then use government funds and give to the guy. It's pure theft. You know, Kenya now is a criminal enterprise. In fact, State House is a scene of crime. For practical purposes. Hii ni serikali tu ya ukora na biashara. And I can tell you, in another 2 years, if things go the way they are going, there will be no country, you know?
Watauza country?
Oh, they'll sell everything.
There's a story that the title deed for the office of the president is missing. You saw the story?
I saw the story. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. These people have appetite for land and buildings, you know? Serious appetite. And I don't even know how much land they want. The other day they took land for IDPs in Dabibi. The president has taken over. He's now growing wheat in that farm. That farm was for IDPs.
Like the president is growing his own?
Yeah, he has taken over that land in Dabibi. 5,000 acres, land that was meant for IDPs. He has grabbed it by force. And nobody can ask any question. If you go to that area in Narok, the land owned by the 6,000 acres, where 5 people were shot dead the other day, he has taken that land. It's in public domain. We have the information. Land from his own kinsmen, the Kipsigis, he's taken that land, you know. But my question is, here I'm only 3 acres. It's even too much, the land that I have here. What does he want to do with all this land? There is a serious appetite for public land, you know.